Vince,
Yeah.
we're back for another episode. This will be episode number 21 of the Clinical Dose. 5 of the, I'm going to say it, I say this most episodes, but one I'm serious. 5 of the best questions we've seen thus far. Let's dive right in.
Let's do it. So what's the one job you hate doing as a business owner, but you got to do? From Gavin Larry 22 from Instagram Q&A.
Timely.
There's probably a few on your plate at the moment.
Look, the one job that, hate is a very strong word. I'm not going to say hate because I think as a business owner, you have to expect to do things that perhaps you don't like doing as part of being a business owner. Everybody wants the, sunshine and rainbow side, but doesn't want to deal with the shit on the back end. The truth of the matter is, as a business owner, there's a lot of shit you got to deal with. Probably my most disliked thing that I have to do as a business owner is dealing with legal issues. And legal issues that don't need to be legal issues, if that makes sense. Things that should have been resolved in a very basic negotiation based on the rules of engagement, should we say, that haven't been and have ended up in the courts, and now you've got to go through the long drawn out process that takes a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort to achieve effectively the same outcome that should have been achieved in the first place. So I would have to, that's probably my most disliked task that I have to do as a business owner. And unfortunately, there's no one I can handle.
Yeah, that's all you.
It's all on me. Next question.
Coming into the holiday season, subs to take while not training, if any. From Kyle McCarthy, 01, from Instagram Q&A as well.
That's a great question, Kyle. I get this question a lot in my weekend Q&As on IG. What do you reckon?
Quite timely as well, actually, coming to summer
it's
holidays
perfect
now.
Timing, right? Everyone, well, I'm not going to say everyone, but a lot of people will take some time off in between, especially between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
Maybe get some niggling injuries out the way and, get away from the gym for a bit. What are you taking?
For me, I'm going to look more towards kind of my health supplements. So multivitamins, stuff like that, I take year round anyway. All those vitamins, stuff like that. Glutamine, something I never stop taking as well. And my greens and reds formulas as well. As well as I don't stop taking creatine as well, even if I'm not training.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same, man. I take like my foundational supplement stack that those of you who followed Pro Prep would know. All of my vitamins, all of my minerals, my organ support, ambrosia nectar, my green supplement. Now I take Opti Reds as well. Those kind of foundational day in, day out general health supplements I take year round, whether I'm training or not. The other thing for me is protein powder. Which we consider a food anyway, but I'll still have my sludge and my shakes and use my protein powder and waffles and pancakes and all that sort of shit. So I'm gonna throw that in the mix as well.
I'd agree. I also take aminos because I just have them during the day as well.
Yeah, it helps you drink more water.
Yeah,
makes your water taste good.
It does.
When you don't need the benefits of added aminos.
Yeah, plus maybe hold on to a bit more muscle tissue.
Well, and that's true as well. So it stops proteolysis. So there you go. Next question.
What is the basis of keto? Seems like a strange concept which I don't understand. From Jordan Brown 01 from Instagram Q&A.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you lead on this one, Vince.
You're a big fan of keto, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I've done keto. I did not enjoy it.
I
did. You weren't working here at head office. It was back at the old HQ.
Okay.
I did keto. Yeah, I did it for. It was the start of the year. I reckon I did it for like 3 or 4 months. And at the start, I liked it, and towards the end, I was like, I just can't fucking concentrate. That was the nail in the coffin for me. But let's answer the question. What is the basis of it?
So the basis of keto is where, you stop having carbohydrates and your diet is all fats and proteins, essentially. And the purpose of doing that is to drop your blood glucose levels to a point where your body has to turn to fats to get some form of energy. The body essentially needs blood glucose for the brain and stuff to operate. So once you drain that, the body, fat is broken down in the liver and turned into ketones essentially through the liver.
That's where the name ketosis comes from, or keto diet.
And these ketones can provide that energy for your body. So the purpose of it is to lower your blood sugar levels and then start burning more effectively fats for a source of energy.
It's effectively switching energy systems.
Exactly.
It's taking your body from the glucose energy system, where your body's burning carbohydrates or glucose sugar as a fuel source, and switching it over to fats and ketones as a fuel source.
A few people do try and get into that ketosis a few ways. Some people will fast for a 72-hour period, however long it takes to get into that period. Or some people will slowly reduce or stop having carbohydrates, go into a fat, and it will slowly transfer. but you really need to get into ketosis to start burning stored body fat. Same thing though, in a keto diet, you can still gain weight.
And I think that's a big distinction here, Vince,
Yeah.
because a lot of people get caught up in the facade
Yeah.
of, oh, well, why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I'm trying to lose body fat. So if my body's burning fat as a source of energy and producing ketones instead of burning carbs as a source of energy and producing glucose, that's better for fat loss. At the end of the day, the laws of thermodynamics still ring true.
Yeah, 100%.
You have to be in caloric deficit. You have to consume less calories each and every day than what your body requires to lose body fat.
Yeah.
If you're consuming too many calories, you can be in ketosis and still gain body fat because the fats coming in are more than the fats going out.
And then second to that, eating too much protein in the keto diet can also take you out of ketosis through gluconeogenesis, is it?
It is, yeah.
Where protein is converted back into blood, into glucose essentially.
Yeah.
So that can take you out as well. So there's a few things to consider.
Yeah.
But really, it's your law of thermodynamics that's going to be...
when it comes to fat loss. And it's really important to make that distinction because a lot of people who try and do keto, and follow a keto diet are doing it for fat loss.
Yeah.
Keto diet and fat loss are not the same thing.
Yeah.
They don't, there's no correlation between the two. Fat loss and caloric deficit, perfect correlation.
Yeah, and for some people it works very well. We had Josh Blake who was here before.
Yep.
He loved it.
Yep.
When he
Lost
was
a
doing
lot
it.
of muscle though.
Yeah, he did.
Just gonna put it out there.
But,
and I think he was in denial at the time, but I think now he's quite he accepts the fact that
he's not keto anymore.
And that's probably why he's not keto anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next question, Vince.
What form of creatine do you take and when do you take it? From Andrew Calvino Fitness from Instagram Q&A.
Yeah. Well, me personally, Andrew, I take creatine HCl, creatine hydrochloride. I use a product from Australian supplement company called Creation Supplements. It's called HCl Pure. And I take my creatine on days that I train. I take it post-workout with my post-workout meal. On days that I don't train, I take it first thing in the morning with my first meal of the day.
I'm the opposite. So I take monohydrate. Depending usually at the moment, first form creatine monohydrate.
Yep.
And I have it morning and night every day.
There you go.
So I have 5 grams in the morning and then 5 grams post-workout in my protein shake.
Perfect. I think the most important thing when it comes to creatine, whatever source you choose, it really is personal preference.
Yeah.
I prefer HCl because I don't get the bloating and the gastrointestinal upset that I personally experience with monohydrate. Obviously, you don't experience that.
No, I've used both.
So you go monohydrate. So that's a personal preference thing. I think the most important thing with creatine is consistency with your dosing.
Yeah.
So making sure that you're taking it each and every day.
Yeah, 100%.
And the second thing is when you're taking it, take it with high GI carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Or carbohydrates at the bare minimum, some sort of carbohydrate.
Some sort of carb.
Because that's going to provide an insulin response, hopefully an insulin spike if you're having high GI carbs. And that's going to help your body actually absorb the creatine, get it into the bloodstream where it can get into muscles, replenish ATP, and do what creatine does best.
Yeah.
Last question, please.
Is it worth entering the fitness industry as a trainer during the COVID era or wait? From Z Moore 1216 from Instagram Q&A as well.
Man, I think, you know what, let's just generalize this and let's just say, is it worth entering the fitness industry full stop during the COVID era? Because the fitness industry has been one of the I would say, during the pandemic, from what I've seen, and I could be way off here, but from my personal opinion, I think the two industries that have been hit the hardest, the first one is travel and tourism and anything to do with like moving around. And the second is fitness.
100%.
We've been fucking hammered.
And
still we continue to get hammered. Lockdown, shut the gyms. It's the first thing. We don't even need to lock down. Fuck it, shut the gyms anyway.
That's it. Just close them.
Shit the bed.
Don't work out.
What's your opinion on this, man? Is it worth entering the fitness industry during the COVID era?
I mean, it depends what you're doing, really.
Yeah.
If you're sitting at home doing nothing, what's stopping you from starting your business if you haven't started it? A lot of people, when those gyms reopen, are looking for something. Can you bring something different during this COVID era that can bring people into fitness and get your name out there? A lot of people are saying, fuck it, I'm going to leave it. Essentially, you're wasting time.
Man, I did a whole podcast on this topic. And the podcast, for those of you who don't tune in, our podcast is called the Fitness Times Business Podcast. Just search for Fitness Times Business on whatever podcasting platforms, on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, fucking everything.
Everything, yeah.
I did an episode called It's Not the Right Time. And I specifically address these sorts of questions where you're waiting for the perfect time to go and pursue something that you want to pursue, or go and pursue something that you're passionate about. And the problem with that is it's never the right time. No. There's always something going on. If it's not the pandemic, it's going to be the economic fallout from the pandemic. If it's not the economic fallout from the pandemic, it's going to be, I don't know, a fucking meteorite hits planet Earth.
Yeah.
You know, like who the fuck knows what's going to happen next? There's always going to be something. It's never going to be the right time. Look, you know, we started answering this question by saying the fitness industry has been one of the hardest hit in the pandemic.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that there's not opportunities that need to be pursued and opportunities available to pursue.
100%.
So if you're passionate about the fitness industry, and just for Zed Moore, being a trainer in the fitness industry, if you're really passionate about that and you're willing to explore opportunities that are untraditional and unconventional, and you know, trainers that have been in the industry 10, 20 years are not willing to explore, fucking go do it, man.
Yeah.
Now is the right time.
100%.
And who knows where it can lead? No one knows.
And to be honest, from what I'm seeing out there, a lot of gyms, a lot of F45s, they're screaming for trainers.
Oh, they are at the moment.
Yeah.
So because they lost a lot of them in the pandemic.
Exactly.
And now they're like, we need them back.
They needed trainers back. So the opportunities out there, you just have to make the most of it.
Yeah, 100%. Vince, that's a wrap.
That's it.
For this episode of the Clinical Dose, episode number 21. Guys, if you've got a question that you would like us to take a deep dive into in the next episode of the Clinical Dose, you've got a couple of places you can put them. The first place that we look is right here in the comments to this video. That's where we go first. If we find 5 questions in there, we don't look anywhere else.
Nope.
The second place is on Instagram Q&A. So I've been doing it personally on my personal page. So my personal page, at Joseph Mencel, if you don't follow me, I do a weekend Q&A every weekend, and then I follow it up with a little question box for the Clinical Dose, usually first thing on Monday morning, sometimes last thing on Sunday night. And you can pop your questions in there. And then the third place is the Team MassiveJoes Facebook group, the exclusive Team MassiveJoes Facebook group. If you're not a part of it on Facebook, just search for Team MassiveJoes. It'll come straight to the top. Request access in there, and then once you're in the group, we put a box up there for questions each and every week, and that's the third place that we look.
Yeah.
Vince, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
That's it.
Before I tell the viewers to hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel, turn your post notifications on whatever device or television or projected. We were in the board.
Yeah, with the projector out there.
Yeah, whatever device you're watching this video on, turn post notifications on so you don't miss a beat when it comes to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel. That is the Clinical Dose episode 21. Until next time, where we coming to and from, Vince.
MassiveJoes.com.
Stay massive. Thank you for tuning in to this video. We hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to check out our latest upload and our recommended video, and be sure to subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel to stay up to date with all of our latest uploads.